New this morning, we are following the story of a car that flipped on its side and ended with the driver running off. It happened near 4307 Hillsborough Street last night around 10 o'clock.
And neighbors say a man driving a Jeep hit a parked car and flipped. He then got out and took off. WFPD searched the area but couldn't find the man.
So far, there have been no arrests. Of course, we will update this story as more information becomes available.
Well, good morning and thanks for choosing KFDX. I'm Jaron Spoor.
And I'm Daniela Hankey. Now for Decision 2020.
It's Battleground Thursday. Both President Donald Trump and former Vice President Joe Biden are visiting key swing states today.
They're hoping their messages will resonate as new polls show just how important those states may be in November. Let's go to Tracy Potts. She's tracking the candidates this morning.
Communities, not criminals. Jobs, not mobs.
President Trump takes his law and order message to Pennsylvania today, fresh from North Carolina, where he continued to claim, without proof, fraud in mail voting, urging residents to vote twice.
Let them send it in and let them go vote. And if their system's as good as they say it is, then obviously they won't be able to vote.
Backed by his attorney general in Washington.
The fraud and coercion is reckless and dangerous, and the people are playing with fire.
Joe Biden lands in Kenosha, Wisconsin today to do the one thing President Trump didn't do there, meet with the family of Jacob Blake.
To be a positive influence on what's going on, talk about what need be done.
Blake's police shooting touched off riots and civil unrest.
Looting is not protesting.
Biden's rolling out new ads after raising a whopping $365 million last month. A new Fox poll shows him with an 8-point lead over Mr. Trump in Wisconsin among likely voters. He's accusing President Trump of ignoring the COVID bill stuck in Congress.
Mr. President, where are you? Where are you? Get off Twitter and start talking to the congressional leaders in both parties.
Both nominees will be talking soon. The first of 3 presidential debates is set for later this month in Cleveland. Meantime, President Trump on Twitter is threatening to pull billions in federal funds from what he calls anarchist cities. Portland, Seattle, Washington, and New York, cities dealing with civil unrest. New York's Governor Andrew Cuomo calls it an illegal stunt. Tracy Potts, NBC News.
Tracy, thank you. In other news, there are 15 new cases of COVID-19 in Wichita County, and 8 more people have recovered. Here's what else we know. The number of active cases is 228, and there are a total of 1,118 recoveries. 24 people are in the hospital. Only 2 are in critical condition. Also, the WFISD announced its 5th, 6th, and 7th cases of COVID-19. This time a student at Hershey High School and 2 at Ryder. The cases are classified as a low-risk exposure. Our health leaders of tomorrow just got a well-needed boost thanks to a generous donation. A number of medical supplies were donated to the CEC's medical department. That's from MSU Texas Area Health Education Center. There are 60 sets of scrubs, 60 stethoscopes, 60 digital watches, and IV training arms. Career Education Center Director of Career Technical Education, Michelle Wood, says having community partners like AHEC helps, and it lets students reach their goals.
Any organizations like AHEC that provide opportunities for us not only partner with us to buy supplies, but they've also partnered with us to help us find more clinical sites. They are using their connections to help our kids get into places.
Wood says students who can't buy their own will be able to check the items out at their clinical sites.
The death of actor Chadwick Boseman last Friday has heightened awareness for Black men to get screened for colon cancer. Texas oncology physician Dr. Brian Kent Ulrich says 45 is the age that men should start getting colonoscopy screenings. According to the American Cancer Society, colon cancer incidents are higher among Black men than in all men. Dr. Ulrich says they don't know why colon cancer affects Black men the most. And as sad as Boseman's death is, Dr. Ulrich says it can be the wake-up call for young Black men to get screened. More than 2 months after a Granfield woman suddenly disappeared, her family is still seeking answers. 24-year-old Stormy Rodriguez was last seen by family in Granfield around June 15th. Since then, one possible sighting in Lawton. Barbara Witt hopes to spread the word of her granddaughter's disappearance so that someone, somewhere, might have some answers.
It's been a long, unimaginable 2 months for one Granfield family.
It's like an empty feeling that you can't do anything about because you have no idea what to do.
Barbara Witt's 24-year-old granddaughter, Stormy Rodriguez, suddenly disappeared without a trace around June 15th.
We want her found. We just want to know her whereabouts, if anybody has seen her.
Someone believes they did see her. The spotting in Lawton occurring around July 20th. Witt says the person who told them believes also it could have just been someone who looks like her.
When I talked to a police department, they told me that it must be filed, the missing persons, where we last saw her. So we last saw her in Granfield.
Rodriguez hasn't been heard from by her family in more than 2 months. Her whereabouts, a question they so desperately want answered.
I don't like being a pessimist, but it's hard to be real optimistic at this time. I just have a horrible feeling that we won't find her.
A plea for a safe return home this grandmother hopes is heard by people who may see her in passing and one person in particular.
Stormy, if you see this, please go to the police station, please. We do love you and we want only the best.
Despite a growing concern over Rodriguez's situation, Witt isn't giving up.
I will not lose faith because whatever, there is an answer. And I know that God's still upon the throne.
And if you see Rodriguez or know her whereabouts, you are asked to contact local authority. Family believes she could have been in the Electra, Wichita Falls, or Lawton areas. People around Wichita Falls are raising awareness for the hashtag Save the Children movement. Southern Grit Advocacy and First Step teamed up with members to host a rally at Park Central this Saturday. Anyone is welcome to come. The rally starts at 10 in the morning and lasts until 2 in the afternoon.
Well, on a lighter note, local downtown businesses are banding together for Art and Stroll today.
That's right. This event is to encourage shopping downtown and to support local art. There will even be musicians playing in front of several businesses.
Organizers say this was created to bring some joy to downtown.
We're trying to bring as many activities as we can to downtown to get people down here and participate with all the local businesses.
Now, Art and Stroll is later today from 5 to 9.
Only one more day till Friday, Texoma. Scott is up next with your look outside.
And still to come in today's Power of Positivity, how a group of teenagers turned a liquor store into a way to help out the community.
And later we'll highlight the latest location in today's I Love Texoma. We'll be right back.